Hello everyone, my name is Ricardo Rodriguez, a student of Visual Arts and the English B1 course of the UNAD. I want to bring to you the degree Ethical over Political Perspective on the topic, a subject I want to bring from the task 2 for you to share with you. I made this right for the last task. You have them in the screen if you want to read it. I tried to give the idea of the importance of the traditional knowledge of indigenous people from these lands, Colombia, South America, into the worldwide ideas, especially about our relationship with the environment, from where are we living. This is my very house, my local space, my country, my continent, and the very earth, the planet. This is where we live. And the indigenous people, native people, had the nature as part of themselves. As an example I heard recently, my breathing system doesn't end with my nose, doesn't begin in my lungs and finish in my nose. My breathing systems goes through the air I breathe. This is the reason I need to care my environment for me and the people who will come who could keep breathing, living, and this can be carried on to water, soil, natural resources, animals, plants, and etc. And how this will be related to ethics. This is where Aristotle comes aiding us. First, he proposes us a living purpose as eudaimonia, the fulfillment, the enjoyment of life, as this great life goal. Second, he gives us a capacity of reasoning, not only feeling but reasoning. Animals, the rest of animals feels pain, sorrow and other kind of emotions, but only humans are able to reason. Humans, for Aristotle, were son politikon, animals who were capable to organize themselves through politics. And as final quote from his Nicomachean Ethics is, all virtues are virtues of moderation, not as generous as a king, not as poor as a homeless. In the middle is know how to give and know how to receive. Let's continue. Political viewpoints. Basically, we can position ourselves in a spectrum where we have mainly two viewpoints. Mr. Trump says that I'm not a big believer in global warming, and Miss Thunberg says that we need to make anything in order to stop the threat to the environment. We are destroying our environment, and the people who is supposed to guarantee our lives are not doing something. She began her activism at the age of 12, and now she's over her 20s and continues speaking about that. Mr. Trump has been recently elected as 48th, I think, president of the United States. And let's check what his ideology represents. So let's check very barely, very quickly, what science says. If we look for the lie of global warming, we can find almost 800,000 results where we get titles like "The Big Lie About Global Warming," "Red Hot Lies, How Global Warming Alarmists Use Threats, Fraud, and Deception to Keep You Misinformed" book. Another book, Lies, Damned Lies and Science, How to Sort Through the Noise Around Global Warming, the Latest Health Claims, and Other Scientific Controversies. And looking for the danger of global warming, there are less than 500,000 results, and the titles we can read are "Global Warming and Its Dangers," "Global Warming in the 21st Century, an Alternative Scenario," "Some Coolness Concerning Global Warming," "The Discovery of the Risk of Global Warming." So when I make an input on what I'm thinking or researching, I can obtain two different versions, one closer to Mr. Trump's position and the other closer to Ms. Thunberg's position. What's going on? Here I want to bring to you an honorable mention, the book Red Hot Lies from Christopher Horner, and how could this be related of the statistics. At the right, I found an example of how to lie with a statistic and how to not be cheated. Statistics has proved to be a tool for the ideology you want in order to support your version of the story. So this is the main reason you can find one kind of articles and the other kind of articles, and they could coexist. But I call again your attention for the number of total results. There is a bias for the total results. There are almost double, almost 40-45% more of one search than the other. And let's finish this science approach with an historical polemics. Mr. R.I. Fisher, member of the Royal Society, a very distinguished mathematician and called father of the statistics, died by complications of cancer, and he was a defender of the separation about the fact of smoking and the lung cancer disease. He, you can see quickly here up, he defended a logical position through syllogisms, formal logic way, to defend that there no correlation from the fact of smoking and the lung cancer. Despite this fact, he died on cancer. On cancer complications, says the Britannica Encyclopedia. And despite the version you want to believe or what you want to defend or ignore, the fact is that modern science has proved the hundreds of toxics who comes from the smoke, from the tobacco smoking, make us sick from many diseases. It's a fact. And when you see people who smoke and who don't, you can find your answer. Recently frequent phenomena is another approach I want to bring to you about what science says. This is the Dana phenomena in Valencia a couple of weeks. I think it's pretty dramatic. Maybe not if you are in the Pacific tornado places where you can see huge rains and it's normal to you, but last days it's been like a little Armageddon for the people of Valencia. Look at their cars, the force, the amount of water was such that pulled all the cars together. I can't even imagine a disabled person who tried to escape from this avalanche within his or her car. It's dramatic, pretty dramatic. Also in Spain we have how the politics imposes itself in the life of the people. Central government didn't send any help because of the Valencia government, autonomic Valencian government had to act first, but they tried to hide, to act quietly with the warning about the phenomena, the incoming phenomena, to the people, and they tried to hide the real danger. They didn't give the people permission and alert about take their beloved people and get out the region and just try to make it silent. But again, nature imposes about our ideologies. And the other one is today from Bogota. I took it around midday, 1 p.m. or so, and it was dramatic the amount of water and ice who fall from the sky in 20-30 minutes, to the point that you couldn't distinguish the alley of the street. And this is a phenomena not impossible but weird in last years, and recently this trimester I think has become kind of frequent. Even last week, when North Highway were with 50 centimeters of water, the worst thing phenomena of rains we have lived in Bogota. Now let's check, going again into politics, who's behind the scene. And I bring to you the famous Robin Williams and the wise Robin Williams about politics. Politicians should wear sponsored jackets like NASCAR drivers. Then we know who owns them, because these enterprises you see here owns them because they owe them. The actual president of USA owes American Airlines, Boeing, Lockheed Martin, United Airlines. These airlines, I think they're not very motivated to leave behind the use of oil and oil-related forms of energy, sources of energy. I don't think so. Neither the industry of Johnson & Johnson or Microsoft recently has bought a nuclear plant in order to make the nuclear plant will produce again nuclear energy in order to be ahead of the AI race. So I think this could be the reason. Maybe Mr. Trump, representing his donors, says, I don't think climate change is real, more or less. Could be. And now, let's check, so what? This picture took from BBC says, save the Earth, it's the only planet with memes. This could be a good reason. This is one of the reasons I bring to you the meme of the right. You thinking your ideology is okay versus the reality. Reality, the climate situation, the situation of the Dana phenomena, this almost hurricane phenomena in Valencia, pretty hard rains in Bogota, the devastating drying of the Amazonian river. Don't care what we think about the problem. Reality is that we are affecting our climate, contaminating our environment, and this is what our native people were fighting against. This is why they learned to watch our environment, the nature, and trying to respect the nature, their cycles, and keep this balance with the ecological system. What they knew, the knowledge of native people from all around the world, not only America, but especially here in America, where they survived from the extinction, is that nature is like a mother. We have to take care of her, and you can agree with it or not, but despite the reason they do that, it's important for us to learn to watch the nature and learn how to care our environment. And so what I propose, despite your ideology, despite what you think, be aware. We have reason to think and understand what we are doing if we think that making money, profit, or earns are enough to justify the destruction of our world, and we need even go to Mars or the moon or the stars to create a new home. I think it's stupid. We need to learn how to preserve this one. Do anything in your hand in order to keep your environment and the world the better you can from your location and position. Really, you want to go to Mars to destroy it? It's stupid. Don't be dumb. Better think how we can stop and reverse the destruction of our world. I think it's the only way. Greta is right. We need to stop, to think. She was right when she says, what's the future we will have? There will be no future if we keep doing what we are doing, using single-use plastics, draining the oil like vampires sucking its victim, and just satisfying our infinite needs, say some economists, when human beings need not everything to live, just some things to live, and the fulfillment Aristotle spoke about were not the utmost richness in the world. And returning to ethics, I share with you this thought of David Pastor Vico, an ethics philosopher from Spain. It says in Spanish, tenemos que compartir nuestras ideas porque los grandes logros de la sociedad nunca han sido individualistas. El individualismo no funciona. We have to share our ideas because the greatest goals in society never has been individualist, selfish, selfish. The individualism does not work. If you think Steve Jobs made the Apple phones and made Mac the best enterprise, you are um, believing a myth. He has or had his merit from being the impulsor who gave the strength, the vision, the leadership. Yes, but there was Wozniak, the genius behind him in first instance, and many other engineers and workers who created this value, even and especially from the government. The patents Tesla and SpaceX are getting for them to make profit are in majority from the universities research, comes from state funds and so on. Sharing collective creations and cooperation is essential in order to achieve that we create a common consciousness about maintain our lives here in this planet in the best possible way we can. Thanks for your attention.